Good evening, guys. Once again, welcome to South Africa Lately, a channel that discusses South African trending news. We do, however, grab here and there from international news when it is trending enough to be brought here. We are not dealing only with this puzzle shop saga. We are also dealing with another whole saga, which is the Zamazamas, the illegal miners who are currently underground, which has been said so many times that those people are not trapped, but they chose not to come out. And then they've been making demands, making requests, all sorts of things are happening there. But now, as South Africans, we have observed that there are organizations that are actually supporting the Zamazamas, treating them like innocent people who just happen to be trapped under the ground, and the government is violating their rights. You know, it is a South African Human Rights Commission and the other organization that's supposed to be protecting our constitution. It is a mess out there, but I want us to first hear what the Human Rights Commission said before we get into those who are calling themselves the protectors of our constitution.
The utterances that have been made, if they were reckless in any way, we have already said that if they are reckless utterances, those we condemn. With regard to the fact that people might be tempted to be criminals that are underground, obviously the law enforcement will have to investigate if a crime has been committed. And if indeed it is so, then obviously they'll be brought to book, and the court will then pronounce on their on the criminality of their actions. But at this stage, it would be wrong, or it would really be amiss of me to immediately assume that everyone that is underground is a criminal, especially because there's a lot of narratives that are out there about how people have gone into the shop and without us having investigated. It is very difficult at this stage to pronounce and say for certain this is the situation. So that is why we are saying for the minister or even any law enforcement officials, it is important that they carry out their mandate, and at the same time, they protect human rights. They do not violate them in the process.
That is a lady from South African Human Rights Commission. So my question is, if you are underground and you are not a criminal, why are you not resurfacing? Why are you refusing to resurface? That's my chat. Let's say you happen to be there underground and you are not a criminal. Why are you refusing to resurface? And we have these organizations acting like the people that are affected by the acts of the Zamazamas. We all know that. We have seen the videos. We have seen a lot of things that prove that it is not even the digging of that gold there, whatever mineral that they are digging from that underground. It is not the main crime that these people are committing. There is a whole lot of more serious crime that they commit around that mining, illegal mining that they are doing there. So anyway, what are your thoughts with the South African Human Rights Commission, with what they've just said there through the mouth of the lady you just watched there? What are your comments? What are your views? Please, there is the comment section where you can share your views, whether you want to criticize them or even criticize me, or maybe you just want to share your views. The comment section is open for that. Now let us hear from the lady that is representing the organization that says they are the protectors of our constitution. Now, I asked myself, what does Palestine and Marikana got to do with it? Like, there is so much chance taking in what this lady is saying.
For rescue efforts. For more on this, let's now welcome Yasmin Omar from the Sahrc Omar attorneys. Yasmin, we do appreciate your time on the show. Good afternoon. So let's first understand your submissions petitioning for this order.
Well, this order was necessitated by what prevailed in the week that's just passed, with the comments made by ministers pertaining to how the trapped miners in Stilfontein were going to be handled. we heard in the press the remarks made by the minister saying that the miners would not be given assistance, that they would be smoked out and persecuted. Aside from that, with the numerous complaints received from my client's members and members of the public seeking assistance in a situation where they were left, where the people underground were left to fend for themselves, and government was waiting to stand by simply to do the persecution. We brought the instructions, we took the instructions for our client and brought this application on an urgent basis to the Pretoria High Court, seeking emergency relief to be given to the people underground. In that application, we asked for basic necessities like food, water, medical care, be given to the people trapped underground. My client's instructions were that government has an obligation to take care of those miners who are trapped underground. So the important aspect that my client wished to draw to the attention of the court, and this will be argued later in the week when this matter resumes on Tuesday, was the fact that the state has an obligation. There's a constitution in our country. We are bound by a Bill of Rights, and that Bill of Rights is a bill that was created after a great fight, after a great struggle by our people. After all of that struggle and after all of the violence that was perpetrated on our people, to now allow people to simply die underground while we watch on TV is unacceptable. So it's apparent, according to my client, that all levels of Ubuntu, all levels of humanity towards our people have for some reason been lost. And my clients asked the court why this has happened. Why has it suddenly come about that we can sit and look on TV and watch while people are dying underground? We watch bodies being pulled out and we say it is okay. My client says it is not okay, and government cannot behave in this fashion. Right. It appears, according to my...
Yes, Yasmin, go ahead.
It appears, according to my client, that our leaders have become desensitized. We've got the situation where we've got human crises, wars happening across the world, and we've seen what is happening in Palestine, and our country was alive to that. So alive that we went to the International Court of Justice pleading for assistance to the people of Palestine. We saw the pictures, it was horrendous. But here we have the situation in our own country where people are dying in front of us, and we want to give all kinds of other names to close the hole and Valam Godi. How can we allow that to happen?
All right. So
it appears that.
Yes, Yasmin.
It appears that.
Yasmin, apologies just for the interest of time, because I want us to get through as much as possible pertaining to this order. For clarity, the order states that the mine must be reopened, is how I understand it. But we understand the police never shut off the entrance or exit points of the shafts, but have been stationed right outside of these points. So is this not in a way then misleading to the court, as police have been insistently reminding even us members of the media that those miners are actually not trapped, but they chose not to surface?
That's hardly the truth. What they've done is now closed off entrance to this mine. This mine was blocked. Members of the public couldn't go into the mine to even drop food in there, to drop blankets in there. They were kept out. Why are you keeping the public out? The state departments took the attitude that we're not going to give assistance to these people. But you, the public, you also don't give assistance. Don't bring them food. Don't bring them blankets. What has resulted is that people are being starved to death. They're being starved underground. That is not an administration. That is what the minister called it. It's a persecution. So it is equivalent to the genocide that is happening in Palestine. You're allowing it to happen there, and it looks like our leaders have become desensitized, because if it can happen there, it must happen here.
All right.
And that was Yasmin Omar, who is representing the organization that calls themselves the Protector of Our Constitution. And yay, I do believe that the bringing of Palestine into this was so unnecessary and irrelevant. It was just so unnecessary. That's according to me. But if you disagree with me or agree with me, there is the comment section for that. And if you want to agree with Yasmin Omar, you can do that as well. There's the comment section for you to do that. But she did not only say that. So today she brought Marikana. I was like, Yasmin, what is going on? You know, I was like, this is another Marikana. What are you saying? These people went in there to mine illegally. It's a total different story from the Marikana issue, which is why also even the cops are skating very carefully in dealing with this. Because if they go down there might be a confrontation. And when they react, this Marikana issue will come up again. Yet we all know that those people are committing crime there underground. But before you say I'm making this stuff up, I would like you to hear from Yasmin Omar herself.
We are sitting with another situation that is even worse than Marikana. It is no good for us to be commemorating Marikana at a certain point every year, when we are allowing for a situation where a significant number of lives are going to be lost while we are watching. We are watching a mass killing of people while we are watching it on TV. This is it's unacceptable, especially in a democracy like ours.
What are your thoughts on that one? Because you know what, this situation is so confusing. But then let us bring the police so that we hear from them as well what is their take, as they are the people that are expected to handle this situation of processing the illegal miners when they resurface, take their fingerprints, process the ones that they have to process the way they are supposed to process them. Let us hear their voices as well.
At this point, can you tell us what circumstances have changed at this point? Well, nothing changes. We continue with our operations. And let's firstly welcome the court's decision to postpone the matter until Thursday, 10 o'clock, to consider our answering affidavit and to give the applicants an opportunity to also study what we've brought on the table. But in essence, what we are bringing to the table is that firstly, these illegal miners are not trapped. They simply refuse to resurface because they are avoiding arrest. Secondly, what we've put on the table is that an alternative shaft was made open where more than 500 illegal miners have been able to exit underground. And we are of the view that these illegal miners are refusing to exit on that particular shaft because they are avoiding arrest. It is possible for them to exit through Margaret because we have seen in the past 2 weeks more than 500 exiting. We have proof to that effect actually on Saturday, if you can see here. We have proof that they are not trapped because if they were trapped, they would have indicated. This is a note that was coming from underground. And if I can read it, it says, "Sicela ukudla lapha emgodini, food please." If these illegal miners were trapped, they would have indicated in this particular note that they brought up with the, I think it's the rope that they utilize to bring up food and water. They would have indicated that they were trapped. But be that as it may, we are continuing as directed by the minister with the rescue plan. Yesterday, the rescue experts met. They have indicated that they will be starting with a rescue mission. We know that because of the risk as well, they will be putting a camera down there to assess first. No one can just go down there. They have to assess if it is indeed safe.
Whatever your views are, please, you have the comment section to share your views there. And if you compare what the South African Human Rights Commission said and Yasmin Omar said, and compare all those with what the cops are saying, you'll realize that, you know what, those miners are not trapped. They choose to be there because they know what they are facing when they come outside. So they are not behaving like innocent people. They are just like they're playing the cat and mouse game, you know. And it is easy to say that they have somebody outside. They have somebody outside that is trying to maneuver things for them so that they get away with the crime or something. I don't know what is the end goal, but something else is at play here. But thank you for watching my videos. If you watched up to this far, thank you for watching my videos. This is South Africa Lately, a channel that discusses South African trending news. We do, however, grab here and there from international news when it is trending enough to be brought here. And we are going to reach a time where I'm on camera. We are growing, guys. We are pushing for 4,000 subscribers. Soon we'll be 5,000 subscribers on our journey to 50k subscribers. Once we hit that 50k subscribers, I am on that camera, Shem.